Hi, and welcome to Healthy Mourning Channel. My name is Maria Kliavkov, and I'm the founder of MK Facilitations and the creator of Healthy Mourning Publications. It seemed to me that it was really important for someone to step out there and talk about the difference between grief and mourning in healthy ways. Unfortunately, in North America, we don't tend to know how to do this. So let me start by explaining to you the difference between grief and mourning, because those terms tend to be used interchangeably. Grief is a constellation of emotions that we all have in reaction to and response to loss in our lives. It's the sadness, it's the confusion, it's the mental symptoms, it's the emotional symptoms, it's the physical symptoms. All of it is part of the grief process. And there's purpose to the grief process, because the grief process is a time when we go on a very sacred journey. And that journey is the journey of grief, which is all about letting go of who we were when the one we loved was in our lives physically, and letting go of their physical presence. And that takes time, and we have to go through that process. The problem is most of us don't go through the process. Most of us do one of two things. Either we bury and carry our grief because we live in a society that wants us to get on with it and gives us buck-up messages and tells us that we should be over it by now, which is not true. Or we find ourselves victimized by the events, by the event of the death, by the death itself, and we feel like our lives will never be good again, and that somehow it's a tribute to the person who died for our lives to somehow stop or stall. And that's not true either. Healthy mourning is about finding the pathway of converting our grief to mourning, because mourning is the external expression of our loss. And that external expression helps us to find our way through this crazy maze, through this sacred journey. And so I'm here to help you with that journey. We all get stuck in that journey from time to time. In the past 10 years, I've lost 5 people who were very near and dear to me. And so I do know what I'm talking about. And when we get into that time of our lives where people die one after the other, and we start to get into this bereavement overload, it can seem overwhelming, and we all need help in these times. So I've made these videos to support you in your journey. If and when you find yourself stuck, please reach out. Please know that there's somebody that you can reach to, and that I understand the journey. I don't understand the specifics of your grief journey. Only you know that, and only you know your way through it. But I am a grief coach, and I can help you convert your grief to mourning so that you move through your grief journey with ease and grace, and you find the joy of your life on the other side. When we can't talk about our loved ones because we're so afraid of those memories, and we're afraid of the emotions that they bring up, we're trapped. And so what we're looking to do is free up those stories, free up those memories, allow ourselves to love those people, because death ends a life, it does not end a relationship. And as we reclaim that relationship, so do we step forward into our lives with joy and with love again. And that's what I wish for all of you. So if you've been burying and carrying your grief for years, if you have a fresh grief, wherever you are on your grief journey, please know you're not alone. We can do this together. Welcome to the Healthy Mourning Channel. Much love to you, and peace on your journey. Namaste.